Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome to an LP I've spoken nothing about. Welcome to Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. So, this is something I didn't actually expect to be doing. I expected to be playing Valkyria 2 right now, or not Valkyria 2, Valkyria Chronicles 4. But then I went to the store and I saw this on the shelf. I'm like, oh, this came out in the US, that's right. I never had a chance to play this before. Or any Dragon Quest game. Seriously, I picked up 9, I played it for 5 minutes, and I remember I played 8 when I was in middle school for about like 4 hours and then just stopped. I really want to see if I can get into this, and from what I've been told from another YouTuber by the name of Clemps, this game is phenomenal, especially with its characters and everything it has to offer. So you may be wondering, hey Zeno, what's with that giant blurb of black text in the bottom right corner? And that has to be there because of Square Enix's copyright thing. It's not because of Square Enix, it's because of, I think it's the music guy or everyone's shareholder policy for streaming. So that has to be there, and I have to make 2 things exclusively clear, which I'm going to do from the first second of this episode. First, I did not make or own this game. Well, I guess I can't say I own it, but I did not make this game. It is obviously property of Square Enix, and SUGIYAMA KOBO and SUGIYAMA KOBO again. I guess those are just 2 different trademarks. But yes, I did not make this. Secondly, this series will have spoilers. That's what I'm just gonna say. This game's gonna have spoilers. It's a very long game, and that needs to be made clear immediately. I'm not sure if I have to say it every time a cutscene pops up, because I would find that a bit excessive. But it has spoilers, so you've been warned. Episode 1, there are spoilers in this game, and I'm going to show them. But another thing I'm doing that's kind of weird and out of my normal flow of things is Dragon Quest games are really long. Most games stretch from anywhere from 60 hours to 120, depending on how much time you want to spend on it. And if I really like it, I may do everything. And if I don't like it, I may just straight up cancel the series. I'm really hoping I won't have to. But, you know, I just don't know what I'm gonna feel about it. So anyways, yeah, here's that, video streaming restrictions and such. I had to test it so I could turn down the volume because one of the big restrictions was I can't just sit here and play music. I have to be doing something. Which is kind of ambiguous, but, you know. Let's create a new adventure log right here. Oh, can't do that. Okay, right here. Oh, so now I have to enter a character name. I didn't know I'd get to name a character. I assumed that it was just done. Well, I already used my most creative name on Fire Emblem Awakening, so there's no way I'm gonna name it anything else. Honestly, I just name it Zeno because it's much easier, and sometimes naming something a super long or funny name can get tiring after a while, so we're just gonna go with Zeno, that way I can recognize the save slot easily. Now, there's something here called a Draconian Quest. I don't know what this is about. Draconian Quest settings completed? Oh, shoot, it was saying something at the bottom, but I couldn't see. You can have these restrictions removed at church anytime, so don't be afraid to try it. Oh, these are like restrictions in case you want to play the game on like a harder difficulty, like no fleeing from battle, no shopping, no armor, reduced experience from easy fights. All enemies are super strong, and shy pox. Uncontrollable embarrassment will plague you on every step of your adventure. There's no telling when this crippling affliction might flare up next. Oh, that sounds hilarious, but I'm not gonna do it. We're gonna go for a normal playthrough first. Maybe I should change it up, not just regular Zeno. Maybe Zeno music note? It feels weird. Makes it feel like everyone's singing to me. Are you happy with the name Zeno? Yes. Brightness settings. There we go. Adventure log successfully created. So I'm going to be talking in these cutscenes more than I normally do, just so that way, you know, it helps me avoid problems. Holy crap, this game looks beautiful, though. Like, the art style totally shines through and fits in the engine. That thing looks pretty damn evil. It looks pretty evil.
This child is the one. There's the mark. There's no mistaking it.
Oh. It's like the mark of the Exalt, except on a baby. How could something so cute look so evil? Oh no! Demons! Oh, Dualahans, huh? Or I guess they don't even have their heads. The way she's holding that, crib is really weird. Man, this game is so pretty. Like, I know I already said that, but look at this. I mean, I know it's not the in-game engine, but still.
Are you doing here? And after that awful storm, too. However did you survive?
Not easily.
Oh, you're a jolly one. What's this? Oh, you poor thing. Come here. Come here. Oh, there's no need to be frightened anymore. You're safe now, little fellow.
That's a happy start to that game. Holy shit. There goes Japan overusing Yggdrasil in RPGs over and over again. I'm serious. That has to be like the #1 most overused thing in Japan is like, we have to get to Yggdrasil as the end game thing. Followed by the trope of the evil guys are just called the Empire. Don't, it doesn't matter. They're the Empire. They're bad. Aw, yeah. Holding that Dragon Quest bandana thing, I think. That's a good shot. Is that what the protagonist looks like? They look like Trunks. I mean, obviously I know the artist.
Much. You're a lifesaver.
So yeah, the game has a lot of voice acting. I'll try to shut up for it.
Trust me to lose my headscarf just before the big ceremony.
Oh no, everyone has an accent. You know what that means? It means I get to botch accents for 80 hours straight.
So it's finally here, the big day. I can't believe we're going to be climbing all the way up there. Hmm? Looks like Sandy's keen to lead the way. Come on, best not keep her waiting.
All right, lady. I don't know your name. This is like the happiest start ever. Well, I still wasn't totally happy. Just look at this game. I remember when I couldn't even see, like, my own character when I looked at some, like, Dragon Quest 6 and 7. And now look at it. Anyways, hold on. Let's go to the menu really quick. Not MISC. I don't know what I'm doing there. System settings. I want to change the volume a little bit. I'm really going to have to prioritize the, voices over anything, just once again, for reasons. That have to do with copyright and all that. It's not that I can't have music playing at all, it's just that I can't have a video where I sit here and music plays, but you know how YouTube is with guessing what is actually copyright and what isn't. But the music is amazing. Even if you guys wind up not being able to hear it, trust me, it is. You know the mayor and your mother are waiting to see you off at the top of the steps, don't you? Don't keep them waiting, dear. Oh, and remember, if you're ever in need of some advice or stuck on what to do, have a chat with folks with pretty pink speech bubbles above their heads like me. It's actually a genetic disease. It's quite scary. Just press square and look at the map. You can't miss us. While you're looking at the map, use R to change the direction you're facing. It's a handy little trick, trust me. Oh, okay, that's cool. The map looks good, not confusing. I mean, that's a start to a game. Make sure your maps are good. Oh, an old man. What's going on, little guy? Dunstan. Zeno seeing you and my dear Gemma. Is that her name, Gemma? All set for your big day makes me proud as anything, both as mayor and a grandfather. Not my kids anymore, you know. No, you're grown up now. And that means you're going to the Tor and offering your thanks. Now it's time for you to be on your way. Head up to the top, give praise to the spirit of the land, and then come back down and tell us how you like the view. Telling me Eisen's up there? Oh, and if you're ever unsure what to do next, try pressing triangle and selecting party talk. Oh, they brought that back. I remember that being a feature from 8. Gemma might have some useful tips for you. Just look at you, Zeno, my little boy, all grown up. Now just be sure to look after Gemma, you hear? To think you've been inseparable since you were tiny, and here you are, about to climb the Tor together. Oh, and if you ever lose your way, just follow Sandy. That dog's got more sense than any of us. Off you go now. I know the two of you will be just fine, and I'll make sure there's a delicious supper waiting for you when you get back. Thank you. I guess I'll talk to her for a second then. Yeah, the screen's still the same. So, I remember Dragon Quest VIII had this awesome thing to it. I don't remember much about the game, but it's one of the things I remember the most, where if you ever got lost on what to do or you took a break from the game, because back then we didn't have a whole lot of quest markers or things like that, you actually could open this party talk screen and talk to all of your party members, and you always knew where you had to go or what you had to do. Well, pretty much at least, not always. It's our big day, Zeno. We finally get to go and do the ceremony. We're going to be grown-ups at last. I'll nail the accent eventually, I just have to hear it enough. Hehe. It's like Sandy's excited as we are. Come on, let's get moving. We don't want her to get to the top before us. Who's Sandy? Is that the dog? Hi, Sandy. You're adorable. Excuse me, Mr. Priest. What are you looking at? Core, just look at that view. It's beautiful, isn't it? Whenever you find somewhere with lovely scenery like this, you should always take the time to stop and bask in the wonder of nature. It always does me the power of good. Oh, so I can change the camera with that. Oh, and I can get first person. Wow. There's a location over there with slimes, like, having a satanic ritual at 5 frames per second. Okay, well, that was fun. Can I see people in this mode, or just... Oh, I can see people. I just can't see my own party members. Okay. We'll figure out things as we go.
Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home. That's how it goes, isn't it? My granddad's been teaching me the prayer ever since I was little. He reckons the spirit of the land really does live on Cobblestone Tor, you see. As long as I can remember, he's been preparing me for this day. The day it would finally be my turn to climb all the way up there and offer my thanks. I just wonder whose idea it was in the first place, sending the village's young folk on such a dangerous errand. What if I take a tumble and do myself a mischief?
Do myself a mischief? I'm gonna learn so many little terms I never knew of before.
Well, not to worry. Since you and me were born on the same day, I'm lucky enough to have a bodyguard along for the journey. Come on then. That craggy old thing won't climb its... Oh.
What's going on, doggo? Slimes. That was fast.
Ah! Monsters! They're coming this way.
Gemma, thank you. You are being as resourceful and useful and knowledgeable as ever. A group of slimes draws near. Oh, wow. Oh, it has a camera like this. So I have a tactics button that I guess I can just set everyone to do what I want them to do without having to push anything. But I also have this screen. So I have attack, ability, spells, items. I have a Trodian bandana, which I don't have equipped, which is better than my current gear. I also have a great sword. Don't know what that's about or where I got them, but okay.
Go on!
So yeah, this is a very classic style RPG. You're not going to see probably a whole ton of change mechanics from like a standard RPG, but Dragon Quest is notorious for being pretty damn difficult. He's paralyzed with fear. What's wrong, little guy? Xeno attacks. That was easy. She's just watching. So one of my favorite parts, if I recall, about Dragon Quest VIII from the little I played it, was the enemies have very unique things that they do, and the enemies will react differently according to their type. Like, for example, in that battle, one of them got scared, and Jenna was just watching. Xeno receives 6 experience points and acquires 6 gold coins. And a treasure chest drops from the heavens. And it has herbs inside.
Crikey, I wasn't expecting that. I know they were only little, but I'd have been done for if you and Sandy hadn't been here to help me.
Please tell me Sandy's a permanent party member.
And now we've got to go through that horrible, dingy cave. Just our luck. I'll bet you anything that's where those awful things came from. Well, as long as you're with me, I've got nothing to worry about. Come on, let's get going.
Alright. Shouldn't you have a weapon, though? Or something? I'm not gonna walk into the cave and be the only one fighting while you just stand around and stare at me. Okay, so... I did see this. I think it was in the system settings. Claim special rewards. There aren't any rewards for me to claim. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have that. Man, there's a lot here. Including just a heal all button. That's convenient. I want to take a look at my equipment, though. So, this is me. I have a cobblestone sword and plain clothes. I have a bandana. Doesn't show up. Cool. I'm actually fine with that. Because that's what the character for Dragon Quest VIII had. He had, like, a bandana that looked kind of like this one. Oh, I start out with a Dragon Quest VIII clothes. Wow. Oh, wait, that's not that big of a boost. But still, oh, that's cool. I think this is maybe because of the edition that I ordered and I put in a code and I got a little bit of better armor. But, it's not that much better. But, you know what? I think I'll stick with the regular clothing for now. And maybe just put that in storage, because I don't want to play with anything I'm not supposed to really have. Same for this great sword that I just start out with. So, I want to kind of just vanilla play through right now. But that's cool that the DLC gives you a bunch of stuff from Dragon Quest VIII, because that's the only one I played, so... Cobblestone Village and Cobblestone Tor. Wow, just look at this game. looks nuts. Oh, I have a sprint button. The music's also really nice. Too bad it may be my worst nightmare at the end of the day. I'm sorry, I just keep stopping to stare at everything, but the art style fits so well in this engine. Oh. I don't think I can actually fall. But more monsters. But I don't think they've spotted us yet. You should sneak up and try and surprise them. I'm working on the accent. I'll get there, okay? Get close enough to a monster and the small orange arrow will appear just above them. Press X and you'll give them a weighty wallop with your weapon, lowering their HP before battle has even begun. Why not try springing a preemptive attack on that slime over there? I don't know, it looks like it's minding its own business, but okay. A group of slimes appears. You're still not going to help? That's fine. Oh, that was easy. Xeno receives 4 experience points, and Xeno acquires 4 gold coins. So this series, I'm going to be treating it a little differently. Let me know what you guys want. No matter what I'm doing, I'm still going to be cutting, like, useless traveling where we see the same things we've seen before. But if you guys want, I will show absolutely everything in this game. Like, no cutting, no anything, every battle, pretty much. All of my exploration. I'll show it all if you guys want, instead of my normal format. Or if you want my normal format, where I cut basically all movement that's not, like, beneficial, or shows that I'm doing something, then we'll do that too. Whatever you guys want. Medicinal herb. Cool. Oh, I have a jump button. Huh. More slimes over here. And the battles don't take too long either, so it's not really much of a problem.
Crikey!
Crikey!
Crumbs!
Crumbs? Can't you just grab a sword or something, lady? Got more herbs. Right now we don't have that many battle options. We will get some in the future. I think we still have the tension system from 8. I'm not entirely sure. I heard murmurs about it, but I don't know. I don't know how any of the other Dragon Quest games play
Tough
out.
little blighters, aren't they?
Because
Well
10 is the only one I play.
done.
Oh, hey, I leveled up. And got a whole bunch of stat increases and learned a spell. Oh, I learned Frizz, which I think is the fire spell. Man, like, I just want to take it easy. Like, end of the story, I just want to take this super easy, take my time with it, and really just let it all sink in. Let's try Frizz. Fires a single enemy with... Oh, sorry. Singles a... Singe... It's the worst. Singes a single enemy with a small fireball. There we go. I only have 4 MP total.
Get him!
So mind you, grinding is an integral part of Dragon Quest. Like, Dragon Quest is not one of those series, as I understand, that you're going to get through without grinding. Which I have no problem with. As long as the battles are fun and quick. Because Dragon Quest is different from Final Fantasy, from my understanding. Where Final Fantasy is more plot-driven, and Dragon Quest is often more just driven by gameplay and quirky characters. So, very interested to see what this is about. Is that an enemy? A group of needlers appears. I don't want to waste all my MP, so...
Get him!
It's dancing?
Go on! Crumbs!
So under tactics, view party status and tactics. That's what we have there. Anything else I can do? Oh, I defended by pushing, like, R2 or something.
tough little blighters, aren't they?
Xena receives 6 experience points. There's a side path over here. Oh, pots. Oh, my character's just like, nah, no. I hate pottery. I hate the arts. Can I swim? I cannot swim. It was worth a shot, though. I was excited for swimming. Ooh, a sparkle. Copper ore. Oh, it has a smart cursor. I didn't notice. So I think it just stayed on defend. Either that or they surprised us and I didn't get a turn.
Go on!
Why are you... Oh, his bark paralyzed it.
Get him!
And that let me crit. Cool. It's so simple, but I'm having so much fun with it. I don't know who that is on the loading icon.
Core, look at all this fog. Is this normal, do you think?
I don't know. I don't live in a place with fog. Well, often at least.
Help! Help me!
What? Cole?
Cole? Who are you?
Quick! You have to help him!
I do?
It's not fog at all. It's more monsters.
How did you not tell that from their scary Halloween faces? Some smog's drawn near. Can I even hurt these guys with a sword?
Go on!
Apparently I can. Come on, dog, bark. That's a cool battle animation.
Him!
Oh, I can move around.
Crikey!
I mean, it doesn't do anything, but I can move. I think. Like, I highly doubt a traditional Dragon Quest game would allow you to just dodge attacks by running around. But at least it lets you, like, move around the battlefield and see things. Or maybe it allows you to change your positioning and change who gets hit. So that way you're not standing directly in front of someone, so maybe you can prevent AoEs that way. I don't know. I'll start reading the text more often, though, because things are happening. You paralyze the fog. That's a boy. It's a good boy.
Phew. I'm so proud of you.
You leveled up. I'm so proud of you.
I'm sorry, Gemma. I only came up here because I thought it'd be funny to jump out and surprise you. But then those monsters appeared.
His eyes are so small.
What in the world is going on? I never heard anything about monsters appearing on the tour before. But never mind that now. Whatever were you thinking? You could have been killed. You take Sandy and get back to the village this instant.
Yes, Gemma. Sorry, Gemma.
Oh, it's Gemma, not Gemma.
You saved my bacon again. I knew you were tough, but crikey, you really have grown into quite the hero.
If only you did something.
Not far to the top now. Typical. It would have to go and start raining, wouldn't it? Come on, let's get a move on.
Just these vines to climb, and you're nearly there. Don't go losing your grip. Now, let's check out this area first. There's an item over here. A piece of pink pine. I can't see because camera, but... Okay. Well, we'll just go then. Up and away. I've heard this game is fairly, it's not completely linear, but for the most part it's fairly linear, and you can only get to certain areas upon completion of certain other things. It's just great for me, for an LP sense. This way to the top. Watch your step. Can't actually fall off. It's just a cool animation. Siddle, siddle. As, Wind Waker says. Trying to think of the name of the game at first. Not much farther now. Keep close to the cliffs and don't let the nerves get the better of you. Oh, thank you, Sign. You're always so motivational. I don't care if you're my love interest. I love Sign. Sign-chan. I have a bad feeling about this open plateau.
Here
Like,
we are at last.
I mean, this is where they showed Geralt fighting that one hippogriff, or the basilisk, in that one Witcher 3 demo. It looks almost exactly the same.
It's such a shame about the weather. I was really looking forward to that view. Ugh. Well, we better say the prayer and get this ceremony over with, eh? What was that?
It's a bird. No, 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 don't fall.
Help! Help me! Help!
It's either help you or kill the bird. Choose one. I chose wrong, didn't I? I should have killed the bird. Yes, I chose wrong. Aha! Thanks to... Thank you, Sidene. That was a reference for no one.
We're alive. But how? That great big flash of lightning. It was almost like you made it happen.
I'm sure it was just a coincidence.
Look! The mark on your hand! Huh? Oh, it stopped. Well, we can worry about that later. All I know is that you saved me yet again. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I don't either.
Now, we really had better be finishing up this ceremony. Humble folk of Cobblestone, great land spirits, hearth and home, lift your voices up in prayer, sing it across all our drear. Blessed are we since days of yore, let it be so forevermore.
Love how my character's just sitting there like, yep, I totally remember this whole thing. I'm saying it in my mind.
Wow! Look!
Or it could be one of those awkward prayers where there's everyone who's gone to church every single weekend and that one guy that was obviously dragged to church, and he's saying things like half a second later than everyone else. And it's super obvious.
It just goes on and on and on. Whoever dreamed up this ceremony must have had this in mind. They wanted to show us how huge our world really is. Well, that's it. It's all over, and now we're grown-ups. Should we head down and tell Grandad and everyone?
Wait, that was it? I just had to realize that the ocean exists? Okay.
They'll all be waiting for us at the bottom.
What a high responsibility. Those children can't know that dolphins exist. I wonder if this is actually like the world map. But I have a feeling we are eventually going to be headed over there. But from up here, everything looks nearly the same, so. Do I have to walk all the way back down? Oh, no. Cool. Fast travel. Convenient. We walk our way back to the bottom. We did it. We went up there, and she made me a man. I mean, that came out awfully wrong. The ocean made us adults. Hey, guys.
We're back safe and sound, Grandad.
Indeed you are, my dear. Thank the spirits for that. When we saw lightning striking up there, we got a little worried, I have to tell you.
Zeno explains what happened on the top of Tor, and greatly exaggerates it in every single detail, including the part where I fought 2 dragons with just my bare hands, and my shirt ripped off just from my force of will.
Well, I never. Sounds like it's nothing short of a miracle that you made it back in one piece. Well, there's no doubt about it, the spirit of the land was watching over you. Now tell me, my dear, how was the view from the top?
It was wonderful. I saw the sea stretch into the horizon, and the sunlight playing on the water, and... oh, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
You're true Cobblestonians now. Only we have the pleasure of looking out over the world of Erdrea in such breathtaking fashion, you know. You're still young, and the day may yet come when you decide to leave Cobblestone behind. I hope our little ceremony has opened your eyes to a little of what may await you out there. Now, it's high time we were heading back. I'm sure your mother is eager to hear how things went, young man. Don't keep poor Amber in suspense.
I have a mom.
Come on, you. Home time.
When characters sleep, they'll be completely open to attack, but the impact of physical force may also be enough to bring them around. Spells, on the other hand, can often work their magic without waking those they target. The Dazzle spell and certain other abilities... Oh. Man, this game... like, I'm so excited! I started this not knowing what to do, and this was such a, It was an impulse buy, I have to be honest. I wasn't even at the game store looking for anything. It was just a huge impulse buy. So the ceremony's all done. Congratulations. Now, don't tell me you've forgotten where you all live in all the excitement. Just follow the paving stones. You'll soon find your way back. Oh, but you must be tired. But you must be tired to be forgetting that. You should head home and put your feet up. People talk kind of strangely. It's going to take me a good minute to adjust to that. Notice to parents. The Tor isn't safe for children. Please make sure they know not to play there. Look at this tree. A curious power emanates from the root wrapped around the tree. It's amazing when you think about it, isn't it? That Yggdrasil... yeah, I knew it was called Yggdrasil. The World Tree has watched over Erdrea since the dawn of time. They say that the tree has been around for as long as Yggdrasil. I don't know if that's true, but there's something special about it, right enough. Oh, by the way, there was an intro to the game, but I decided not to show it also because copyright stuff. But hey, if you didn't watch the intro, I didn't watch it either, which leaves us blind to what most of the party members look like, so that's good. Aside from the fact that they're on the box, but I don't remember what they look like, and the box is halfway across the room from me. What's this? Store? I remember in Dragon Quest VIII, you could search through like every single pot and every single bookcase. All right, Zeno, what are you and Gemma up to, eh? We just got back from climbing the Tor. Oh god, I'm so sorry once again for these accents. Oh, so that's where you've been, isn't it? Well, it's nice that you got to go up there together, eh? Oh, I guess you're not a shop right now. Okay, I guess I'll just go home instead of waste time going around here doing nothing. Now to remember where that guy said home was. I'd love to visit Heliodor one day. They say there's always something going on there. Apparently it's always bustling with people, and the shops are full of all kinds of lovely things. Not like boring old cobblestone. I don't know, this place looks pretty damn pretty to me. I mean, just look at our church. Look at that. How is that not impressive? They look like they're having a great time. Come on in, Zeno. The water's lovely. Yes. Hello, fellow kids. I am playing too. I think this is our house? I don't remember where they said. A message from the mayor. Oh, it's probably the mayor's house. Ferocious monsters are at large outside the village. If you must go out into the wild, make sure you are prepared. Oh, hi, Mr. Mayor. Not my house, but... Oh, sorry about the pumpkins. I tried. There's a ladder there. Oh, you just break anything you collide with. My powers of destruction cannot be controlled. What's up here? Nothing. There's no lootables in any of these houses. Which is weird, because I remember Dragon Quest explicitly having, like, a billion lootables everywhere. And you had to check, like, everything. Whatever, let's just go home once I can remember where that guy said it was. Woof, woof. Oh, Sandy knows. You steer weird when you're running. It's like drifting.
Oh! Here's my little soldier. Well, not so little anymore. I've heard all about your big adventure. Look at you, all grown up. I hope he wasn't too much of a bother, Gemma dear.
That I would... But I did all the...
Of course not. Quite the opposite, in fact. You would have been proud of him. We got attacked by a monster at the top of the Tor, and I ended up hanging onto the edge of the cliff by my fingertips. I thought I was done for. But you'll never guess what happened next. That mark on his hand suddenly lit up, and a bolt of lightning hit the monster.
What did you say? That funny little mark? Lightning flying about the place? Goodness me.
It's just a part of puberty, right, Mom?
I was hoping he'd turn out nice and ordinary, but it seems his grandfather was right all along.
He probably read the letter. I don't know what it said, though. Like, oh, your son is the chosen, or this boy is the chosen one. Take good care of him.
Well, I've been putting this off for long enough now. You and me need to have a little talk. Here. This belongs to you.
That's great and all, but where do babies come from?
Your grandfather asked me to give you it once you'd come of age and climbed the Tor. The truth is, there's something I've been keeping a secret all these years. Something I've never told another soul in the village.
Looks like she's looking at the camera, and it's kind of creepy.
It's... how can I put this now? Well, he said you're...
Dragonborn?
You're the reincarnation of the Luminary.
Close enough.
What?
It's so funny. Okay, so, one of the main reasons I decided to play this is because I've been reading a lot lately, and I've been reading something called The Wheel of Time, which is an epic, like a giant epic 14-book fantasy that's really famous. and it's about, like, how a character deals with being called the Chosen One or whatever eventually, beyond just being the hero and being awesome, like, how you mentally deal with that. And this is interesting because it's even the same concept of, like, you're the reincarnating hero. It's very funny.
Oh, don't ask me what the old fool meant, dear. I haven't got the foggiest. All I know is that your grandfather said you had a special destiny. He said that when you came of age, you were to head north to the capital, up there in Heliodor, and show that necklace thingy to the king. He seemed to think that if you did that, all would become clear. Clear as mud, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, the long and short of it is that if you want to find out what this is all about, you'll have to leave Cobblestone and head over to Heliodor.
Crikey.
Well, I can't stop you leaving, I'm sure, but you won't be marching on an empty stomach. Come on, dinner.
You're really being accepting of the fact that I can call lightning from the clouds. But I guess that's what moms are for. The reincarnation of the Luminary. Zeno tries his hardest to sleep, but he's too confused by everything he's learned, and excited about his coming trip. Eventually... This is the exact opposite, like, it's super weird. Oh, amateur itemologist, awarded for collecting 10 different types of item. Oh, I bet there's stuff in here. Zeno finds a set of plain clothes. Huh. Well, that's good, but I think that's what we're already wearing. Let's just check around home a little bit more, just in case. There could be stuff up here. Mother, you can't hide items from me in the attic. Why isn't there... Oh, pots. Money! Oh, did I already sleep? Is it tomorrow yet? Oh no, it's still nighttime, I think. Having trouble sleeping, are we? Well, it's no surprise after all the excitement today and your big news. Whenever I have trouble nodding off, I like to go for a little walk. The night air always does me a power of good. Okay, well, I'm going to end this episode here, a little early. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Tell me if you are. I really want this series to do well, because I'm enjoying it, and it's going to be here for a while, if it does a combination of my enjoyment and you guys enjoying it and finding it interesting. So, leave a like if you think it's awesome and you love it, and leave comments. And, I promise next episode we will break more household items. 2 household items per, like... that's the new YouTuber way of doing things. The more you like the video, the more things I break. Anyway, see you guys next time. And make sure you subscribe if you like the video, too. Yeah. This is the most awkward, segmented outro I've ever done out of all my, like, 800 videos. But see you guys next time. Riding out.